Hello guys, I'm here with Flo. My new good friend is the owner and host for today for us for this beautiful, gorgeous scenic place called the Hub in Hoi An. And I just want to thank you for hosting us and tell us, what's your story? Who's Flo, first and foremost, as a man, as a human being, before the business guy?
Yeah, welcome to my co-working space. I'm a man of many interests. My first career was in development aid. I worked in Kenya, then I worked in tech for a while. Yeah, I got a master's from Cambridge in development aid, and but since my last career was in tech and now I'm doing co-working, that's like a whole different life. Let's see, I'm actually really into AI. I'm into the question of how does AI influence society? How is our society going to be reshaped? How does the economy change? How does the distribution of wealth change? So many topics, really. I could just keep on talking about topics I'm interested in, But for now, I'm running this Nomad co-working space, and I'm very fortunate to have amazing people like Lorenzo or others come by. What makes the space special? You've seen the rice fields. I mean, it looks pretty. What makes it actually special is the people. So it's an amazing community, and yeah.
Absolutely. What made you choose this place? And by this place, I mean this city versus a million of other options in the world.
That's a great question. So I have two favorite places in the world, and they're Hoi An and Chiang Mai.
Wow.
And they have a lot of similarities, also quite a few differences. I've lived in Chiang Mai for a while, and when I came here, what really made me stay is the nature. It's a slow life, but at the same time, people who really want to get something done, they come here. They don't want to be distracted by, something new every day. Although, to be fair, at the Hub, we have so many events. If you really wanted to be distracted, you could. One day we'll do ice bathing, another day we do meditation, another day we do, go into the old town for something. What's your original question again?
I forgot. No, it was why Hoi An?
Why Hoi An? Yeah, it's a gorgeous place. I think it's a little bit like a new Bali. It has the rice fields, it has the beach.
Minus the crowds.
Minus the crowds, exactly.
And the junkyards.
So a lot of people are leaving Bali because it's just gotten a little bit crowded, a little bit dangerous on the roads, a little bit expensive, frankly. And Hoi An is still slow, really affordable, really green. So yeah, just amazing quality of life and a great community, frankly.
Absolutely. So would you say for you, was it love at first sight, or was it something that kept growing on you?
Oh, that's a good question. Maybe something that kept growing on me. I spent about a week here, and then I decided to live in Hoi An for about a month, and I was lonely and miserable there. I just didn't find my people. So the total number of nomads, of course, is more in Da Nang, but they're kind of spread out, and they all tend to kind of work in cafes or like co-working spaces that don't have really like a strong community, but they're maybe a little bit more mixed between like local startups and your individual freelancer nomad. And then I tried Hoi An again, and specifically I tried the Hub. I was a customer back then. And that was kind of love at first sight when I came back here, in a way. It was really this community. So I have to say, I'm not the founder of the Hub. I'm the designer and founder of the specific location, but I bought the brand of the community, and I tried really hard to keep it going because it was already something very special back then in late 2020. When I was a customer, the owner then was ready to give it up and dissolve it and start selling off individual items. We still found price tags 2 years later on some items.
Wow.
I was like, no, don't dissolve this community, right? So I took it over from her, and then eventually built it a little bit bigger so it would make sense in terms of economies of scale. So my story with Hoi An is really tied up with this community, both as a customer and then later on as a provider of that community.
These are the best stories because you have to try it yourself first. Absolutely.
Right.
So imagine now that you have the ultimate mic. You have the entire world listening to you. You have 30 seconds. What's your message to the world?
My message to the world is we can solve the problems that we have, but we have to work on solving them. If we become detached and we withdraw and we're like, oh, nothing can be done, the world is going to shit, we're not going to solve anything. We have to solve climate change. We have to protect democracy in so many different ways. And we have to dig into these topics, right? If we solve those two crises in this century, we can solve anything. And if we survive the next 200 years, we can survive the next 20,000 years, but we have to work on it because it's definitely at risk.
Some people would say if we can survive even the next 20 years, even the next 2 years, the way the world is going, right?
You could say that. You could say that. I don't know. You don't know when things get really difficult.
Yeah.
Whether it's going to happen in the next 20 years or whether it's going to happen in the next. But certainly, like surviving the next 200, considering climate change, considering the threats to democracy.
Overpopulation.
Overpopulation is less of a concern now. The population, luckily, is declining. Did you know that birth rates in India are dropping again?
Wow.
So yeah. Since I heard that, I was like, oh, okay, we kind of have that under control. It's very fascinating.
Beautiful. And if someone wants to connect with you, what's the best way to find you?
Well, Hub Hoi An on Instagram, on Facebook. So just Hub Hoi An in one word. Yeah, definitely follow us there. For me personally, my username on both of those is ESUUS, Isus. If you want to just reach out to me personally, or ask my team on the Hub's channels, also totally fine. Excited to connect to anybody, especially creators. Also entrepreneurs. We have a lot of creators and entrepreneurs at the Hub actually, like they form their communities. So yeah,
Beautiful.
Come by, I guess. That's the very best way,
Absolutely.
Come book yourself a month at the Hub.
Absolutely. Thank you. Let me just show around to see what they have here.
Show the space.
Oh yeah. Look at this. So serene.
And that's our main building. This is actually the silent room. So where we had the workshop today is our silent room, so you can really do your deep focus work there. Just enjoy the view of the rice fields.
Awesome. Thank you so much.